Read hello everyone, hope it's dinner. Welcome to the last word here on Newcastle Fans TV. Yes, hello everyone. So I've brought the light with us this time because I knew film outside at Anfield it would be a nightmare for all the home supporters. So because they're very funny with in away grounds with the stick that I use for the DJI, but it is what it is. Back in the car. But Newcastle came away from Anfield, just around the corner from us, 2-0. We're going to dissect it. The big talking point, of course, even before the game began, was revealed just over an hour before kick-off that Alexander Isak is missing with a thigh injury. Now, that is a massive blow. Of course it is, because realistically, he's the best player, in my opinion. Scores goals and you're taking that away. Callum Wilson is decent, don't get me wrong, but Callum Wilson's only just come back the last couple of weeks or so. And it's big shoes to fill, isn't it? So, yeah, we'll have to see on that. And with the Isak injury, I think it's safe that we don't play him tonight as long as he's all right for the final, so to speak, because obviously you've got 3 important games. You've got the last 16 against Brighton, the FA Cup. You've got West Ham away. And of course, you've got the final coming up as well. And of course, you want him to be fit for the final. You want Botman to be fit. And obviously, Joe Linton missing as well. But anyways, the lineup, apart from that, yeah. So the other talking point was Lewis Miley dropped to the bench, which I thought was harsh. I understand that Tonali's experience, and obviously Tonali was on the bench last time out because he was nursing his thigh as well, actually. But it wasn't too serious because he came on. But I thought that was harsh. That sent a message for me, and it also sent a message about Dubravka not being in goal with Nick Pope. Not that I'm having a go or anything. It just, you've got to reward loyalty. So surely, yes, some players may be better, but if they're performing, they deserve a chance to start. But the lineup as it is. But what was interesting is that you moved Gordon off the left and put him in a 10. That was probably the biggest thing. And Joe Willock was on the left-hand side. Because as soon as we've seen the lineup before, okay, it's Gordon on the left, Willock in the middle, but it was actually the way around. Gordon was in the number 10 and then Willock was out on the left. But that was interesting to see how that got on, because Gordon hasn't played there that often, especially in the black and white shirt. Not this season anyway, and not often this season. But you went with that, and I think you went with that to keep the link up with Wilson there, so Wilson's not isolated. I think that's probably the thinking behind it, that Gordon can get on the ball more and do a few things and have that rotation that can move to the left and go to the right. He can play in the pockets and what have you, but it never really materialised. I think he was nice on the ball and what have you, but no. Yeah, it was frustrating night, and you've got to start off well at Anfield, and look, at the first 10 minutes were fine. But that goal that were conceded, Livermento's out of, and again, I haven't seen any replays back. Livermento's out of place, and Shea's backing off, he's backing off, and it was so frustrating. Go to him. If he beats you, then fair enough. But he backs off. The ball is then squared as Szoboszlai, who then side foots it, goes through the legs. Again, I haven't seen it back, but it goes into the back of the net, and it's. Some people are saying that Nick Pope should be doing better. Who knows if Nick Pope should be doing... Again, I haven't seen it back. You guys might have seen it back. I'm going to be driving after this. Well, 1-0 doing, it's not a good start, is it? So, can he react to it then? Can he react to it? And by the way, who's picking up Szoboszlai, whatever you call him? So frustrating, man. Who's picking him up? We had this problem with City, with Marmoush. Who's picking him up? But I'll probably watch it back and then decide. But anyway, how are we going to react to it? How are you going to react to that? Did we test the goalkeeper? I'm not just tarting first half, I'm tarting second half as well. No, we didn't. Wilson went through and dinked it over the goalkeeper, but it was flagged offside. And then the one real chance that Newcastle had all game fell to Wilson. He's through. Well, he's not through or directly on goal, but he goes for the curler just out of the box. Doesn't go too far over the bar / wide. He's got to get that on target, surely. And people might say, if that was Isak would drag it and put a bottom corner. Yeah, if buts and maybes, we'll never know, will we? But Wilson's got to get that on target for me. He has to. To be honest, Nick Pope didn't have a ton of saves to make in the end of that first half. So Liverpool went in 1-0 up, and you're thinking, okay, it's not too bad. We're only 1-0 doing. We could get, we'll come out second half and, we'll come out brighter. And in honesty, we didn't. Liverpool just found it easy playing the high line. I think that was a tactic from Eddie Howe to try and get in behind Wilson, because he did 1 or 2 times. but they play so high up, and literally Virgil van Dijk is in the centre of midfield position, in his average position, more or less. It's mad, and we didn't cope. I think when the second goal went in, I think it's more of a case of it's game hour. We're not scoring 2 here. Not the need. If we can score 1, we might get a draw. We might nick it if we did earlier on the game. But 2-0 down. It's Mac Allister. It's from the right. I can't remember who was the system. I don't know if it's Salah. I don't know if it's Trent Alexander-Arnold. But Mac Allister curls it, and it's in the top left, and it's 2-0. It's game hour. Yes, there was a quadruple sub, which was surprising. Doesn't often do that, Eddie Howe. That'll be a quiz question further in the next couple of years, but he makes a quadruple sub and didn't really do anything. Gordon went on the left, and Willisula went up top, and it was Miley came on, and Trippier came on, and it didn't really do anything, to be honest with you. I think the game was already it was done for me. Liverpool might have got a third, you never know, but do you know what it is? I'm not as bad as Manchester City in Norway, because there was a lot of heart tonight, and that's what we asked. And there's no shame losing at Liverpool. And it's frustrating that you lose. Of course it is, because you come all this way, you travel all this way, you travel all the way back. Give us a like for that, however, for the effort, the graft. I won't be home till 4 in the morning. So I'll be editing the vlog, which is already out. You're up against real quality, and if Newcastle want to get there, they've got to strengthen. And I don't rate their left back, their Greek left back, Shimikas, whatever you call him. He's there to be had for me. And I've had a better right winger and what have you. But if buts and maybes on that pitch tonight, we weren't good enough. Simple as that. Liverpool won. Again, can't really question the heart. It was disappointing that we've got 3 players that would start. Botman, Joe Linton, and Isak would all start most weeks. But it is difficult, and we've got that out of the way. We're in such a crucial period now in the season where we want to go through and get into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup this weekend, and then we've got a tricky away tie at West Ham, which we've got a good record there, and then the cup final. You want to have a little bit of a run now. Now we've got this tonight is harder game than the final, because we're at their place, their crowd, and their crowd were up for it today, and our crowd weren't. Once again, and I'm sorry to bang on about it, but our away end was flat again. There's something wrong with our away end at the minute. I don't know what it is. If there's too many corporate tickets being out, or the points are too low, and the people who don't normally go to away games are getting the chance to go to away games, but then they don't sing. I don't know. It's odd. I feel it's odd. Maybe the club need to look at that, perhaps. I don't know. It's a small problem, but anyways, I thought I'd highlight that because it's the second time I've highlighted 2 away games in a row now. But yeah, it was flat. And yeah, I think in this one you just got to knock at the head and say Liverpool are going to be champions. Simple as that. They're great. They're a good side, brilliant side. They might go on and win the Champions League. You never know. So you never know. They're a fantastic side, and you've got to give credit to them. Like I say on the drive to them, got a lot of time for the city, the people, the nightlife, the working class people. They hate the South like us. Mine history, going back in the mines and all that, and love the football. Got a lot of time for people in Liverpool. A couple of pals live in Waver Tree, so next to Edge Lane. But anyways, I'm rambling. Let's hear from Eddie Howe. Here he is.
No, I thought we were okay tonight. I thought we played pretty well. I think what let us down was the 2 goals we conceded. I mean, we should never concede from those situations. We've got enough bodies back. We just don't mark the men. And we're just 2 yards off. Very good players in the box, and they punish us. So really disappointed with that aspect of our play. But I thought in between the boxes we were competitive tonight. I thought it wasn't our best performance from an attacking sense, but I thought we had moments and chances, but our final ball let us down really. I thought there wasn't a bundle of chances for us today, but the ones we did get, we weren't clinical enough, that's obvious. But I thought we had good ball in a lot of dangerous areas in both halves, but we didn't make the most of those moments. I think, of course, we'll analyse this game and it will help us for the final, but I'm sure Liverpool will be saying the same thing as well. They're a high-quality team. I think they've got good players in all areas, and you can see why they're doing so well. I thought we were competitive in the game. I always felt we were in the game. I thought we showed our strength with our delivery of what we tried to do. But there's no denying we missed Alexis' quality, we missed Joe Linton's strength, Sven's height and technical ability. So we're missing some key components in our team.
So that was Eddie Howe. Look, that was difficult coming here, isn't it? There's been a lot of fixtures played Tuesday, Wednesday. And let's bring up the league table. Despite the defeat, Newcastle are still amongst it. And a lot of teams are going to come here at Anfield and lose. There's only Nottingham Forest that have won here, so it's we're still in the mix, and we've got to stay in that mix because top 5 should get you Champions League this year with the coefficiency with UEFA, that English clubs are doing well in Europe. So we're on the fighting. We've got to fight and we've got to start picking up points. I think the league game. Obviously, we've got the weekend off from the league and we're playing the FA Cup, but West Ham away. We're in it, but it's disappointing that we're losing. Look, it's disappointing to lose any game, travelling, putting money into it as a fan. But this is what you get being a football fan. You've got to live the expectations. You've got to feel the pain, the hurt, but also reap the rewards when you do see it in person, that we win or a wonder goal scored or an amazing result or whatever. But look, I'm not going to bang on about the performance or anything tonight. And you guys, you lot can say in the comments what you feel about it, but I think it's just the better team. It's the better quality one at the end of the day. And if we were allowed to spend, we'd love to be competing at higher. Well, I say higher. It's not much more, but that much more is such a big gap. It's massive. It's huge. You're only talking Liverpool 4 or 5 places above where, but that is massive. That's huge. That's probably 500 million spent on the squad. One thing I do want to point out, Darwin Núñez, what a sorry, but he is. When he was coming, and now it's banter and what have you, but he was coming over, gesturing to the away fans. He did it once, and he'd done this first, and I was like, well, nobody's singing, nobody's giving him stick. I didn't quite get that. And then he was grabbing his hand and grabbing his part, shall we say. And none of this was being picked up. We were picking up in the away fans, and nobody really reacted to it. And then he stopped doing it. I just thought, what a thought he was an absolute for that. But again, it's a show. I don't know if he's got previous with some Newcastle fans, but not that I'm aware of. But I found that odd, and that was when he was warming up because I was right next to where the players were warming up. I just found that bizarre. Found it really odd. Maybe it's just a bit of cowsery, possibly. But hey ho, it is what it is. Brighton this weekend, which is it's a tough one. They beat us early on the season. We dominated, couldn't score, and they won 1-0. So that's got to change. Don't know if what the whole situation with Isak. It's obviously not serious, of course. It shouldn't be, but hopefully Joe Linton's ready and Botman might be. Don't know if Botman might start. He might be on the bench, but we've got the cup final coming up on the horizon. The players need to start getting game time, especially the guys coming back from injuries. But yeah, it is what it is. We got beat the knees, but fair and square. But hey ho, right, I'm gonna love yous and leave yous. I'm gonna, as I say, go back and edit the vlog and get myself home eventually once that's done. But yeah, if you can drop us a massive like, go back and check the vlog out, and we'll see you very soon here on Newcastle Fans TV.